Welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you here as we get ready to do a solo Dice Settlers. I wanted to say, had some weather around here. My pastor had some flooding in his basement. We've had other people with flooding problems. Hasn't been so bad with me. I haven't had had any problems. We did have snow come in after that. If I lost electricity, it was during the night, and I wasn't aware of it. I did lose internet for a while, and so I figured I'm going to try and get this video up and going. And so I have been very blessed and been safe, relatively safe from all of it. So hopefully this video will find you well, and you can enjoy it. Let's see, let's put this over here. Let's put that there. And I think maybe the red and the blue might show up the best on camera, so let's do that. And I may even mess with some different reboxing, but we need all these for the solo mode. So let's get this out and set over here. That is all of the tiles we need for now. Let's see, I will set this here, do that, and I think the resources I'll put over here where it can be reached for me or the AI very easily. Let's go ahead and won't need the first player marker because in a one-player game you're always the first player. So there's only one, unless I'm mistaken, there's only one card that has the gold symbol. So we have the green ones. We need 2 of these, 2 of the blue, and 2 red, and then 1 of the others. So let's just go there and there. And actually there is another gold. I've used this one. Let's do that one. There we go. I messed up. And these are for like a special game mode. So there we go. We'll put the rest of those aside. I've got my player board, and I want to keep this somewhat on the screen to show what is going on. And I will say that over here it does have a rundown of your different action phases and what each thing symbol means and what it does. And so the first few plays you're definitely going to have to refer to that a lot, but once you kind of get going it's not too bad. And then the back of the instruction manual, it tells you every tile and how to activate its ability. So whether it's when you first draw it, or if you control it, or if you just have presence there. And we'll talk about that later, and then what they do. So that is a quick, easy reference as well. Then one of these. Okay, let me cut. We'll look at these cards real quick. So we have Cast Iron, Quartermasters, Adaptability, Frequent Hire, Builder, Prosperity, Production Lines, Basic Engineering, and Wanderlust. And I will zoom in and look at those. So I will get into the cards more as we play and as I possibly unlock some of these achievements. But say Wanderlust, you get a free Pioneer icon that you can use each turn. Adaptability, a free reroll. Frequent Hire, you can choose your last dice instead of drawing randomly. The star at the bottom is the points that you will receive at the end of the game for acquiring that. The lantern at the top shows you how many points of research that you need to achieve that. Then if you look at some of these other ones, Basic Engineering or these next ones, you have terrain icons below the lanterns. You must be present in that type of terrain to acquire the type of technology or research you need to unlock that achievement. And then at the top right, you will see some resources that you may need to use to build that. Now I have my stuff set up here, and this shows you how many dice you will roll each turn. Start off at 3. Just put one of your little cubes there. These are considered tenths. Put one there. 6 here. This is your general supply of materials that are ready to use. These are, sorry, personal supply. These are the general supply. And that will make a difference in a few instances. Let the AI start with 6 as well. Going to just put their 6 dice here randomly. I'm sorry, there are 5 starting dice. We won't need anything else. We'll set that to the side. We have all their general supply and their personal supply here. And I think we're set up for the basic game. But I did play this. I will say it's a little hard to learn to get it going the first couple turns, but then it's not too bad. And I don't know if I did something wrong because I seem to win decently easily, so I'm going to increase the difficulty. And if you look right here, let me show you real quick. Page 16 is where the AI instructions start, and it shows you how to. It's like if this, do this. If this, do this. But basically, it's basically telling you play the AI as if they're trying to get as many points as they can anytime they take an action on the board. And so if you can get past all the if this then this statements, it's not too bad. But here at the end of the game it talks about scoring. Then we're going to go to hard mode. Let's increase the starting tent count to 8. Alright, well let's do that. We'll see if that will help them out. The max number of dice they can roll is the same as me plus 2 instead of plus 1. Okay. They get 2 VP anytime they have an unused action. They scored 3 victory points for traded resources instead of 2. I don't think they traded a single one with me last game. And they scored 2 victory points when they research a technology at the end instead of 1. So even this one that's worth 0, if they acquire that, they would still get 2 points. So you just add 2 to whatever the card says. The AI has this action hex with resources symboled in the middle, and we want to point toward the recruit action right there. Then we'll take a gold and put it next to the explorer. That's signifying +1 in strength. We'll talk about that. Here they have 1 to 4 dice. Here they have 5 to 8. So if they have 5 to 8 dice, they're going to draw 4. And so we'll just grab 4 dice and roll. So any resources, here we have a pumpkin. So we'll just go ahead and resolve that, put it at the back of the queue, grab the pumpkin. I'm going to set it here for now. Then we'll match up any of these icons. Then we have the pilgrim hat. So I did this a little out of order. What you should do is any icons that match, put them up. Then do the pilgrim icon. Start here, skip this one, but start here and go around until you get to the side that has the fewest number of dice plus resources. This is an empty side, so it'll go there. Then the resource, you look, you're going to do the same thing around the side if it has anything in the middle, but there's nothing in the middle. So he has collected no resources, so we will put this here. So the bot does have at least 1 resource right now that it can use. Then we're going to start the setup like normal for us. We will draw 3 random starting tiles, and we get to choose which one we want to start with. Let's see. We get a free green die, a free yellow die, or a free gray die. That might be pretty good. We can immediately start removing some of his. I'm going to try that. So I'm going to go with this. Then, what you would normally do is pass these 2 tiles to the next player. They draw a tile, and then they get to choose. But we're going to let the bot go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're supposed to choose randomly. They chose 2. Boom. So starting setup is done with the tiles. From here on out, anytime you get a tile and place it, it must touch 2 other tiles. and it must touch one of the lands that you have presence on, if possible. And what do we mean by presence? Well, since this is the tile I picked, I go to the general supply, and I put one of my cubes on it, and we'll do the same for the AI. That's for the starting setup, and it will change as we go in the game. Now this tile, I talked about this in the DIY. Some of these tiles, it's very hard to see, but that's a 3. You can see it pretty easy on the green. That's a 3, so if you need to look in the book what that does. But the AI does not gain any benefits from bonuses. They only get in-game points if they have the option to do, or the ability to do that. But we will get a free gray die, and that goes down here into this spent dice area. We don't get to use it yet. So I'm going to draw 3 dice from my bag. Roll them up, and now we are ready for our first turn. Well, what are we going to do? Let's see, we have trade. Trade is not going to do me any good right now. I don't have any goods to trade. But I do have this Pioneer. What I can do is I can take this, if I wanted to spend it, and I could change this to anything I want on that same die. Or I could get rid of it and re-roll up to 3 dice. Or I can just say, I'm going to save this. Maybe I can use it next turn. Well, it's not doing me much right now. And this is not going to do me any good. So maybe I want to get a resource, or maybe I want to spend this. I'm going to flip this over to this icon. Okay? This is the recruit. If I spend 1 die, I can gain 1 die and put it into the spent area. Well, right now I am only on a gray territory. So when I put this into the spent area, I'm going to recruit a new worker. The dice represent workers, and that will go here. Then this is a settle. So I can either pull tents off of the map, which absolutely no need for me to do that at this point in the game. I can grab a tent from the general supply and move it into my personal supply as a settler ready to work or go out. Or I can simply do this. I can either put it here or on a land adjacent to where I am. I'm just going to put it there for now. And that is my turn. So now we will go to the AI. We roll this die. 3. This will move 1, 2, 3 spaces for every 1, 2, nothing, nothing, 3. So it's going to land there. Now, how many things do we have at the settle action? We have 1. So we have a strength of 1 settle. There was only one thing here. Strength of 1 settle for the AI. And here you can see in the instructions for the settle, it has a little bit of a flow chart to follow. It's like, the bot wants to try to do this, wants to try to do this. Let me just kind of briefly, you can read that if you want, but let me just show you. Strength of 1 settle, so we grab 1 tent. This is not going to gain it a settlement, building a house. It's not going to gain it any points. I'm not even there. So you look around it. Here is a tile that has a color it does not have, so it wants to go here because now it may have the opportunity to recruit one of these workers later, or to disrupt me, push me out, take control. So that's basically how that works. This will stay here. Then let's go ahead and there's 1 to 4 dice, so you're just going to grab whatever number's there. So you're always going to roll at least 4 dice, up. That's the minimum. And, whoa, they just didn't have enough dice. So you roll all that was there. Now we do have a pumpkin here. So we just start here and we go around until we get to an empty spot or the spot with the fewest. And then we fill it up. Now it is my turn. And I have only 2 dice. So I'm going to set them here. Now I will grab these dice. Don't want to cheat. I'm trying to look away. Let's grab a die. Ah, did not get one of my good ones, or my new ones. And we get to go again. Ooh, now I have a research. That may come in handy. So we'll go ahead and use it. And it doesn't really matter. All three of these are going to be beneficial to me. Let's go ahead and take the free reroll. And I can, if you notice, it has two sides. This side has an X. So I'm going to say I've already used that this turn. Let's re-roll this die. Ooh, I got a campfire. So I'm going to take, with those two campfires, I will go and put those two on here. Now, as a free action, at any time, if you have 3 more tents than any other player, not all players combined. So if everybody had 1, 1, 1, that would add up to 3, 4 to 3. No. You just look at each individual color. Red versus blue, red versus black, red versus purple. Do I have 3 more tents? Yes, I do. So I can remove 3 tents as a free action. They go to the general supply and gets turned into a house. That is points at the end of the game. That settlement is points at the end of the game. It also shows that I own that tile. One of the game end triggers is when someone builds their 5th house settlement, finish out the round. Or if there's only 2 colors of dice left, finish out the round. Or this is 2-player, 3-player, or 4-player. When all of the standard pool of victory points are taken, you finish out the round. So that is one of the game end triggers. I used these 2. That is my turn. Back to the AI. And it's going to move 1, so it goes here, and it has a recruit action. So it has a recruit strength of 1. It will recruit 1 die. It now has presence over here. This is a die color it does not have, and it is like an advanced die, and there's fewer of those gray ones left now since I took some. Remember, green is for the 2-player, add brown for 3, add black for 4. So I guess we'll go here and just go to the back of the line. And then, ooh, that's going to be a big settle action. Then we have a resource. So we just go ahead and take that resource. Does he currently have resources here? Yes. So then you're going to go around until you go somewhere with no resources and the fewest number of dice. So it goes there. All right, back to my turn. And that is just that quick. I get to refresh this. And I have 4 dice, so I'm only going to get 3. Well, I think this turn's going to be quick and easy. So I will take an anvil and some wood, and then I will put a tent into my personal supply. I'm going to go ahead and take my last die there. I really need to. It's strange. This time I got none of the increase your dice pool cards. Last time I had 2 or 3 of them up there. It was ridiculous, and I was able to get those really quick. So, okay, that will be my turn. My dice next turn. Let's see what he does. Oh, we got another anvil, and that will go around to the empty spot. And then, ooh, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to go here. That is a strength of 1. We'll spin this to do a military action. That is a raid. Now, right now we haven't. I can't believe I haven't expanded the board any. But the only place it can do a raid, and it is able to legally do a raid. So it has a tent here. I have a tent. It's going to remove this tent. It's going to take one of these from its and put it there, which does him no good and me no good, really. Although it actually does me a little good because this goes back to your general supply, or to your personal supply. And we're right back into another turn. I really need to get some exploring going, but I'm not getting it. I do have a recruit. Do I want to get another gray die? I don't know at this time. Let's go ahead and do this. This will just give me a free pioneer each turn. I'll go ahead and take the wood. Maybe I can start saving up to get a trade action going. And then a recruit. Do I want to recruit? Sure, why not? I'm currently only on the gray. I will take a gray. We are almost out of gray dice already. I don't think I've had that happen as a game ender. It's always, my map has always been bigger, and it's usually a quick race between victory points and tents, and it's like the same turn that it's happening. Alright, this will go here. 4. Skip this. Remember, this is our starting point. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So a recruit strength of 1. It can do either. There's fewer of the gray, and it's kind of like a more advanced die, so it will take that. And that is the AI's turn already. Pretty quick and easy. Alright. I do have an explorer. That is nice. And what do I want to do with it? I think I'm going to use this free icon to flip this die to that, a settle. So that is used for this turn. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way. That's easy to do. Then we will do an explorer. That is an explorer of 1. So if you do an explorer of, say, 3, you would draw 3 tiles, keep 1. The others are discarded out of the game. That is one way that you can end the game, is if there's no more tiles left to draw. And that is a way you can cycle through the tiles quickly, is by using large explorer. And, ooh. Now, if I own this at the end of the game, or have the most ownership, I'd get 4 points and 3 for second place. And for instance, this, I'm in control of this. No one can ever take control. It doesn't matter if he has 10 tents here. I'm always going to be in control of this. That is control, but he does have presence there because he has a cube there. So that is the difference. So this must go in one of these 2 places. So let's just go here. Now, just like at the beginning of the game, when you put a tile out, you get a cube from the general supply. Now, you look at the AI. In a normal game, you'd go around the table. Anyone touching that tile would be offered this chance. Do you have tents in your personal supply? You can also immediately join up there and go explore that land. Now, if one person at the table, if you're playing a 4-player game, if just one person goes around the table and does join you, then you get the option to go from your personal supply, just like they did, and go here. That way, you always start with ownership of the tile that you just explored. And this is pretty neat. At any time, let me see if I can get that on camera. This is a factory, and it's got the little arrow that says remove a tent. It's gone. And take this action, you get a free brown die. That's a free worker. That's not too bad, although I want to probably try to gain control of that with a house first, because the AI definitely will if I don't. And I do have another settle action, so let's go ahead and put one more there. Now I'm very close to owning that. And we go to the, let's see. Yep, 1 die. And you can see in a multiplayer game, you could already be getting your, while the next player goes, you could be getting your dice ready, doing your cleanup and all that. It would speed up the game a little bit. Ooh, more raid power. I don't like that. 1. He will go here, and he's going to take a large explore action. So this is 1, 2, 3. Now, in the AI game, they always only draw 1 tile. So that was one action. But they had a strength of 3. So they had 2 strength they did not use. So they get 2 victory points. And we will just set those there to check up at the end of the game. And let me see here. If you remember, 2 victory points for each strength they couldn't use. So in a normal, they would get 1, but this time they're going to get 2. Ouch. That was a big turn for them. Then when they place this, remember, it must touch 2 tiles, but they always want to go as far away from me and my strength that they can. So we'll just go here. They get a token. Do I want to follow? Sure. And so they will do the same. And this is a factor that will get you a free gold bar. That was their turn. And wow, that is oop, I get this back. That wouldn't be too bad. Let me think about this for just a second. Okay, so I could use my free Pioneer to re-roll some of these dice, or all of the dice, 1 dice or 2 dice, or make one of these what I want, but I think I'm going to do something different. Let's go ahead and spin this to get one of those anvil, steel resources. Then, during instead of the re-roll phase, the re-roll phase is over. I skipped it, so now I'm stuck with these 2. But you can use 2 Pioneer tokens and actually... Ooh. I am going to save one of these for next turn, and I will use this and a die. So I can use 2 of these Pioneer icons as any one symbol. So let's go. Oh, as any icon. So I want to make it a trade. Let me double check. Somebody has to let me know if I'm cheating. You cannot get a free gold because the gold is like a wild resource, but it does say as any icon. I'm going to use it as a trade icon. So for that trade icon, I will go to neighboring villages. I will trade these 3 same resources to get 6 victory points. There's a 5 and a 1. And that, remember, that comes from the 2-player section. We'll put those there. And I will save that die for next turn. I cannot re-roll it, but you can save 1 die each turn. If you choose, or a max of 1 dice. Alright, this will go here. And then this will go around. Let's see, does it go here or there? Yeah, the Pioneer is like it goes to the place with the fewest dice and resources. So yeah, it goes there. And that is a 1, so we will go here. That is a advancement. So that is only 1 lantern. So we look, does anything need only 1 lantern and a pumpkin? No. So we're going to take one of these. And they're going to always go for the most points they can because they will never activate those abilities. This is a 0, that's a 1, and they will get bonus points for every card that they acquire or upgrade achievement. And that was their turn. Alright, I get an explorer. Now I get a trade that I don't really need. Oop, I get this back. Let's see here. Let me re-roll that, see if I can't get some wood. Yes, got some wood. So I will finish my re-roll phase. I will, I guess, take an anvil. I will do my explore of power 1. And so it might be hard to see on camera. This is a brown and this is an orange tile. This says if you are in control of it, you get a dice increase. And I will show you what that is. So I get 1 tent from the general supply. AI has tents, they will follow. And of course I will follow. so that I maintain control. Since I am currently in control of that, I get to roll 4 dice from now on. So I definitely want to get a 10 on that as quick as possible. Now, I will spend this icon and this icon to get another trade. Let me know if I'm cheating on that, but you said any icon except for a gold, so I will do that, and I will take six more victory points. That is a great way to, if you can get that going quick, that little machine going, that's a great way to beat the AI. You let them sit and just acquire dice and keep going, they will eventually surpass you. So now I'm rolling 4 dice. He only has 1 die to roll. He roll. Oh, that is going to be a huge settle action when he takes that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 3, 3, 3, 3. And he has 3 tenths. So he wants to try, well, 1, 2. If he went anywhere else, even with all 3 of them, it would not allow the AI to get a tent. This immediately earns him a tent. So boom, boom, and still has a power of 1. And it would go, I would think, here, because that is the most points. That tile's worth the most, and that keeps me from getting closer to getting a tent there. Ouch, that was hurting. Now, he had 3 power. He used exactly 3 tenths. Did not have any wasted, so no bonus victory points. All right. Let's go ahead and take this last free technology, I think. That will let me draw a specific die out of the bag if I want. Let's go ahead and do this. And I'm going to save this Explorer. I'll take this Anvil because I'm out of tents. I need to get some more tents before. Oh, I only had 4 dice left. Before I go exploring, because, well, he couldn't follow right now. Well, ooh, yeah, before I draw these, I'm going to go ahead and explore because he will not be able to follow. So that will be nice. And it's another gray. It is 3 points. It's got a cog on it, but there we go. Alright. Because normally, let me show you what this icon is. It's got the gear symbol for action. Because normally in a multiplayer game, after you've done your rolls and re-rolls, first player takes 1 action. Whether that is getting resources or whatever. So let's say they harvest their resources. Any die with the resource, they take it. Then it goes to the next player's turn. And you go around the table and you only get 1 action. This would let you take 2 actions. But in a 1-player game, I just do all my actions and then the AI does all their actions. Alright. That will go there. This will go there. That will go there. He is not building up any resources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which I guess is good. And we have a raid value of 2. And it looks like I made a mistake earlier. You only choose 1 tile to do your raid on. So he had this extra tent sitting there that he did not get to use on this tile. I guess he could, yeah. Boom. So yeah, I don't even have presence there. So now this turn, he has none. He has 2 unused. He has no tents. As long as he has at least 1. You don't do it for each one, I don't think. I'm going to double check, but I think it says if you have at least 1. because this is where it gets a little tricky. It says if it wasted at least 1 strength because it didn't have enough tents, it scores 1 victory point. And then over here in the hard mode, it says the bot scores 2 victory points for any strength that it couldn't be used as part of that action. So I'm gonna say it gets 1 victory point because it had at least 1 that it could not use. And how many did it have? It had 2, so it's gonna get 2 times 2, so it's gonna get 4. For a total of 5. Now, I do not know if that is wrong or right, but that is what I'm going to do. We are going to make this AI harder than what I had last time. Maybe I won't lose horribly. Let's see. Oh, we've got a big explore action. I do not know if I like that at all. I think I'm going to use this to re-roll up to 3 dice. So let's re-roll these 3. If I get one more of those back, that'll be fine. Okay. Then, let's see. Do I need... Instead of taking a chance and rolling, I'm going to spin this to make this one that. And wait, I thought that was an explorer. Let me double check on my camera. And I'm glad I did look at this, because I said if I get one more of those again, I'll be fine. And what I did is I set it here and I somehow rolled it. So yeah, that was supposed to be an explorer, which is what I need at this moment. So let us, let me see, I'm going to, I think I'm going to go ahead and do the Explorer because he doesn't have any to follow me, which is awesome. It's a green tile, but it is 6 points, so that's nice. Then I get 2 tents, so let's go 1 here, and then we'll put 1, let's go ahead and get, I think these 4 points locked down. So for a free action, I remove these 3 to turn into a settlement. Boom. Then for a free action, I can remove a tent. Now it gets used. I'm going to double check. I think it goes to the general supply. And no, I was wrong. It goes to your personal supply. That is awesome. But you can only use that once per round, so you're kind of supposed to put this there to show that I used it. I will get me a free brown die worker, so that is awesome. I have no dice left in my bag, so let's put them all in, give it a little shake, and I am still at 4 dice, which is unfortunate. Alright, and then I will use this ability, and I will look in here, and let's see. I don't know that it necessarily let's go ahead and get one of the gray dice, so I can try to get 3 of the same resource. And that is a big explore action. That is not good. 1, 2. That is a recruit strength of 2. No, I'm sorry, that's trade. So you look here. Do they have a resource here? Yes. So they will trade that. And I'm playing on the hard difficulty, so that is 3 points. Let me get the 5 and take away 2. Already got twice as many points as they had last time. So then they had 1 more trade, but no resource. So they had an unspent trade. And it says here, for each resource, for each point that they could not use, which was 1, they would get 1 victory point. Then on easy mode, they get no additional for any action they couldn't use, so they would still get the 1. But in the hard, they're going to get 2. Okay. So I may have messed up a couple times, giving them an extra point or 2, but there we go. I think I did that correct for them. Let's close enough, this game is going to be over quickly because we are flying through those victory points. And I get all of these back now. Well, there is the anvil. Do I want to use this for anything? Yes, I think I will, but not for a reroll. Yeah, I'm not going to get any I need more yellow dice to get technologies, but there's no yellow tiles out. So I can't get these better technologies. Alright, so I think I'm done with the reroll phase, and I'm going to go ahead and gather my resources, which will be a pumpkin and an anvil. Then, let's go ahead and explore. And now I get to do something nice, which is what the AI would do. That is a gray tile. But as long as it's touching 2 tiles adjacent to me, if possible, or adjacent to one of my tiles, if possible. He doesn't have any to follow. I tell you what, yeah, I might as well just do that. But that will increase my dice rolling from now on to a 5. And now I will use these 2 pioneers to get me a trade action and trade these 3 anvils for 6 points. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And since I don't have enough, I will go into the extra bin and go 5, 6. So that is the end of the game trigger, which will happen at the end of the round. I'm first player, so we go to the bot. They will get 1 more turn. What are they going to do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They are going to research a technology. These are worth the same points, so just grab 1. Doesn't really matter. And that is the end of the game. And let's look at scoring. So I honestly think every time I've played this game so far, which has been like 6 times, seems like I've always ended the game by doing that. Building up those resources real quick and just turning them into points. Never run out of tiles exploring. And I've only had 4 houses built a couple times. So starting with points for tiles. So let's look. I have the most 10s here, the most single on my own, no ties. So that is 1 point, 4 points, 10, 14, and I have no ties there. 14. That is very low. The blue bot gets 4. They're in second place here, so they actually get 3 for that. So they got 7 and 0 for that one. So that was unfortunate. Now, the research technology cards. Well, if you slide with me right up here, if you remember, this is a 0, this is a 0, this is a 1. So I got a big whopping 1 this game. Now the bot has 2 research. That one is 1 point. But since we're playing on the hard mode, I am going to give them 2 for each researched. So they will get 2, 4 plus 1 is 5. That is in addition to what they get on the card. Then, if you look here, you'll get 3 points for every 2 dice you own total. Well, let's see how many dice I managed to get. That is 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. That is unfortunate because you don't even get a point for the single die. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So I had 9 dice. So that is 3, 6, 9, 12 points. And let's look at the bot. They had 1, 2. Well, I can just show you. They had this one here at the top of their board. So they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is 3, 6, 9 points for them. And let's look here. Whoop. I know it's not great, but how many houses did you build? They built one house that is worth 1 point. I built 2 settlement houses, whatever. I got 2, so that's 4 points. And they're exponential. So 3 is worth 9, 4 is worth 16, and if you do all 5, it's worth 25. So their value squared. It's a lot of points if you can get them. Now let's count up the victory point tokens that we acquired during the game. Alright, so I got 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5, 10, 15, 18. Not as many as last game. I think game went quicker with him getting more, earning more throughout the game. There was fewer for me to earn. So there's 10. 14, yes. That was much closer. Let me double check to see if the bot gets any bonus points, and I think we're done. And it looks like the bot would have gotten victory points for any resources left on or around their disk that they did not use, but they had none. So let's see, I have 18, 30, 44, 48, 49. That seems very low. Let's see, 10, 24, 29, 36. Wow. Last game, the map was almost twice as big. I got 4 of the tents out. That is crazy. And I think I played correctly. I think I scored correctly. I did not get any research because I could not get, if you notice, this is also nice. Like, there are a few minor problems with the game. The biggest one is trying to always sort out the tiles because some of the numbers are hard to read. Having to take out some components based on whether it's a 4-player, 3-player, or 2-player game, stuff like that. But it's a lot of info, but after you play a couple rounds, it's really nice. It's really helpful. It's just a quick reminder of what you can do on your turn, what the actions are. Because remember, you're only taking one action. After everybody does their roll phase, gets their dice situated, do any re-rolls you want to do, you take one action. Then it goes to the next player. They take an action. And you just go around the table, everybody taking one action at a time. But you can take free actions at any point. So if at any point you have 3 more tents, you can upgrade to a settlement. And if you look right here, there's the anatomy of each dice, the sides that you see. And see, if you want the research, you really need the yellow dice. Or you're going to have to spend a lot of those Pioneer icons. I just could not get any research this game. None. But, for instance here, at the end of the game, you score 1 additional victory point for each die you have. So that would have been, what, 12 or 9 more points? I mean, that's awesome. But see, you need 4 research. You need to have presence in the forests and the hills and the plains and spend a gold. But anyway, there you go. That's a quick run through of Dice Settlers. Like I said, I think this game is pretty cool. I like it. I really enjoyed it. Multiplayer, you can piggyback off of other people, and as long as you have tents. One thing that we never got to really see him do is to take the the settlement action when he had no tents. You would basically just, for 1 point, you get 3 tents. And then on, I think, the hard difficulty, you get 5 if he's completely out. Then you spend the rest of the points putting the pieces on the board. So that can make a really big difference. Get him back in the game quickly. Learning the AI, learning the program, trying to remember when, because the only time you build up the resources here is if all these spaces already have a resource. Doesn't matter if they have dice. If every one of these had a dice on it, you have to fill up the outside with resources before you can pile up the resources there. And it's like excess that you're storing. but you also have to have those to build these more expensive. So I think that is why some of those are harder. There are some of these low ones, like 1 and 2 point ones, that need resources. So it's harder for them to build those technologies. But so yeah, learning the AI is a little wonky, and the problem with the tiles, I think, is what probably made this game fall off the radar for a lot of people. It's a cool game, but you know, it's not the best one-player game. I've got Fortune and Glory. I was talking in the comments. I need to get that back to the table soon. I haven't played in a while. Arkham Horror, I can play that multiplayer or single player. I've got loads of single player games that are just quick and easy. This game, it is very quick, very easy, but I'll always forget something and have to get the manual back out just to relearn it the first time or two. And it is a little bit of a table hog. It's not bad, but I don't know. I really think this game is better at 3 or 4 players. Still fun. I still enjoy it. I'm still happy with it. I got mine at a used discount price, so I'm very happy with it. And I'm happy with the playthrough. I mean, I managed to win. So thanks for coming by. I hope, like I said, I really hope and pray that this video finds you at a good time with all the crazy weather and stuff going on. Hope everyone is staying safe, healthy, warm, happy. Please take care of yourself. God bless you. Come back and see some more games, and maybe this will get you inspired to get your game on the table and play it. But anyway, thanks again for coming. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care.